Hi there, I'm Sean, Head of Developer Relations here at Expanso, and I'm here today to tell you all about the release of our latest project, Andaime. But what is Andaime? Well, first off, it's Portuguese for scaffolding, and we've called it that because that's exactly what it does. Andaime is our new open source CLI tool that simplifies the creation, management, and teardown of private Bacalhau networks. You see, we've worked really hard to provide developers with the tools and documentation they need to get started with Bacalhau networks quickly. But provisioning and managing the underlying cloud infrastructure remains time-consuming. Andaime eliminates this overhead by automating the entire lifecycle of cloud resources, from creation all the way through to teardown. But that's enough talk, let's give it a spin. So here we are in my CLI, and let's use Andaime. I'm going to create a Bacalhau network. I'm going to have one orchestrator node, 2 compute nodes, and it's going to be spread out across 2 AWS regions. So first off, we type Andaime, and then we're creating, so we want to create, and we're going to pass through the number of orchestrators we want with a flag. So orchestrator nodes is how we do that. We only want 1, and we want 2 compute nodes, so we can pass that through with compute nodes equals 2, and we want to tell Andaime where to put these instances, so we can pass through the target regions flag. And let's have one in London, and let's have one in Ohio. And let's get that running. Let's put it in verbose mode so we can see what's happening with it. And that's going to spin up all the resources that we need: root tables, subnets, security groups, VPCs. Tag all those resources so that we can find them later on if we want to tear them down. And select an Ubuntu 22.04 image for our instances so we can know that we're running on a stable operating system, and configure Bacalhau to run on all of them. So let's give that a few minutes to tick over. So a few minutes have gone by and our Bacalhau network has been spun up on the infrastructure that Andaime just provisioned for us. And you can see here that we have an orchestrator IP. So what we can do is we can use that to tell the Bacalhau client on our computer to communicate with that new network and see what its state is. So let's try that out. So first I'm going to type Bacalhau. I'm going to pass through the IP address of our orchestrator node. There it is right there. I'm going to say, let's list it out. So we had 1 orchestrator and 2 compute nodes. Let's see if that's what happened. And there we go. There we have it. Our 2 compute nodes and our orchestrator. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. If we want to find out what infrastructure has been provisioned exactly for this network, then we can do that again with Andaime. We can just go Andaime list. It'll go through every AWS region and find every Bacalhau network created with Andaime, and it'll give us all the information we need if we want to go and search for those things later. And finally, bringing down a Bacalhau network that's been spun up with Andaime is just as easy as creating it. It's as simple as running Andaime destroy. And there we go. All the resources are gone. And that's it. Bacalhau networks have never been so easy to create, manage, and tear down than those created with Andaime. This project is completely open source, so if you want to get started and add some new features or platforms, then head on over to our GitHub. You can find a link in the description below.